By chance of fate, the first contact between Mexican and Japanese navigators occurs in the year 1609. A galleon from New Spain, with more than 300 Mexicans on board, after enduring a strong storm, which leaves it seriously damaged, drifts while trying to cross the fearsome South Sea. But fortunately, the sea currents take the ship to a fishing community known as Onjuko, on the island of Japan. The castaways are rescued, assisted, and fed. Later, the Japanese, in a humanitarian gesture, built a ship so that the Mexican crew could continue towards their country. 233 years later, almost in the same area of the Pacific Ocean, where the Mexican sailors were shipwrecked, the Ajameru, a Japanese cabotage ship, is also hit by bad weather, which leaves it practically destroyed, and adrift for 4 months. For his fortune, before the sinking, he crossed LSA, a Spanish-type galleon, which annually covered the maritime route to the port of Acapulco, rescuing 13 Japanese, who were later distributed 7 in Cabo San Lucas, and 2 in San Jose del Cabo, in Baja California Sur. The other 4 were left in the ports of Guaymas and Mazatlan. After the castaways from the Ajameru ship were left to their fate on the beach of San Lucas, and after overcoming their fears of reaching unknown lands, they proceeded to seek help, making their first contact with rancher Tomas Ritchie, who offered them water, beef machaca, cheese, coffee and flour tortillas. Zenzuk, the captain of the ship, Hatsutaro, Shishitaro, Inashuk, Takishi, Yaishi, Manzo, Sosuke, and Gizaburo, between words in the Japanese language, with signs and groans, managed to establish communication with the Ritchie family. Later, they moved to San Jose del Cabo, where they were also assisted and protected by Mr. Miguel Choza and Francisco Padilla. According to Yoshikazu Sano, Japanese journalist and author of the historical investigation, published in his book, Life in Mexico of 13 Japanese Shipwrecks, highlights that the captain of the ship Zenzukinu made a 6-day horseback trip to the city of La Paz, being registered as the first Japanese man who arrived in the capital of the entity. Zenzuk lived 4 months in La Paz, learned the Spanish language, and later, together with 3 friends who had remained in San Jose del Cabo, they managed to travel to the port of Mazatlan. Eventually, they set sail for their country. In 1844 he returned to the city of Nagasaki, where he was detained for a year because of his maritime activities, and because he came from a foreign country. The delegation of Japanese, who due to extraordinary circumstances beyond their control, lived and shared for several months with the residents of Los Cabos and La Paz in the 19th century, said goodbye extremely grateful for the quality and warmth that they were object. But above all, for that humanitarian gesture of their protectors.